Start at the 25.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, for the Seahawks and Packers, the two winningest teams in the NFC during the decade that just wrapped up. And during that decade, Seattle 2 Super Bowl wins. The Packers had 1. And these two, of course, they met in the playoffs a season ago as well. And it was the Packers behind 2 touchdowns each from Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones who beat the Seahawks 28-23.
34-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Go! Mike 49! Mike 49! Silver, Silver! Joker! Over! 26!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And James has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 more yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike's 50!
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
23-yard line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 16. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
Rodgers.
7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal.
49 to Mike, Mark 49. Let's go,
Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers dancing to, and it's a touchdown for the Packers.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. It 8-0.
Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
At the 34-yard
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 52. 14.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Rolling to his left. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Richie James, 58 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Here's Rodgers. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's a give to Penny, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 26 yards on the play there. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A handoff to Penny. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
From the shotgun, Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Darrell Taylor in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, Rodgers.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams.
Come on now.
Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 54 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Packers 22, Seahawks nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
9-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
9-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 29, Wilson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 57-yard punt, 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. 49 the mic, watch 49. There we go.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. Look at that's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Hey, check my 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50. I'm going to run you over.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Check me out. Check me out. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Coming to you. Coming to you. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I got him. Hey, check. Mike 50.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers add on to their lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
Seahawks, nothing.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? And there'll be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Zebra.
Second half begins with a run from Penny. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
14, 36.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Watch the screen. Pass. Check. 42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Play action. Now Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. I'm coming for you. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42. Where? Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Fielded just inside the 20. Now that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
6-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check. Check, Mike. Check out.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On play action, now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available and incompletion as a result.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw from his end zone, Wilson. He'll let it go deep. It got his man complete. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Odell Beckham, 99 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Again, it's Jones. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Handoff to Aaron Jones.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
48-yard line.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49. I'm coming.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Back now at Lambeau.
With the
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the Seahawks 2-yard line.
Here we go. 50. Mike, 50.
From the gun, Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
3rd and goal.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal.
Far down. Stand up in.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers continue to roll. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but Obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards.
First down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the run, it's Penny. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Give to Rashad Penny. The tackle made at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
6 yards to go.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Penny running right, and he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 49's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the fourth.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Strong right, strong right.
Here's Wilson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
Griffin on the tackle.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36.
From the gun, Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
He'll find Aguara complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Let's go. Box it.
Rodgers throwing here. And Jones has it over the middle.
Rodgers.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. James has it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Tonight's final score.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have